For me, it is an act of one person hurting one another physically or mentally.
When someone hurts your feelings. Bullying for me is when someone physically or verbally hurts you. And even though if they don't know, it still hurts your feelings.
Bullying, whether it would be verbal or physical, basta na-offend ka at hindi maganda dating sa'yo ng mga biro or mga bagay na tawag sa'yo, it's bullying.
Gawain na ikaka-down ng isang tao kapag on a daily basis niya itong natatanggap.
Bullying is taking over the power of someone. Like, you're trying to loosen up the self-esteem of a person.
Actually, it depends upon the person. Like, if the person is, like, if it is a person and he's sensitive and he's negatively affected about it, then probably that is considered bullying. So that is like mild bullying, and it can escalate into like if the person is like physically hurting or up to verbal abuse, insults, yung mga ganon. That is also considered as, you know, a more serious form of bullying.
Ang palagi naman siguro it's part of our life. Siguro it's part of a student na binubuli and syempre may bully.
Sa akin, pag nasa school lang naman ako lagi nabubuli.
Minsan sa family, nasa loob yan. Pero sa family, more on biro-biro, ina-accept na siya as biro. Pero sa mga close friends, ganun din, biro-biro lang din. Pero kapag strangers, dun mo talaga malalaman na kung na-offend ka, more likely dun sa mga hindi mo pa masyadong ka-close.
But I see it happening every day. Actually, it's very common on social media. You see bullying everywhere. And it's kind of hard to prevent bullying if it's everywhere.
It's a worldwide problem. No, like if you read researches on and even write-ups regarding World Health Organization, it's around 15 to 20% of youth starting from age 15 are actually getting depressed, and it starts because of bullying.
Everyone can be bullied. You can't prevent it. Everyone's different, so that's why there's bullies.
Di naman may iwasan yung pambubuli sa bawat tao.
Yes, I think everyone is like is vulnerable to bullying. Because there are different kinds of bullying. Actually, there are bullying during school, and there are bullying actually even in the workplace. So even at home, there are bullying like your brother might be bullying you, or a relative might be bullying you. So no one is exempted from being bullied.
Being yourself, being unique, being different.
The researches that I read, actually, there are 3 reasons why a person is being bullied. One is actually looks, looks and the body shape, and then the third is I think race, And I think these people yung mga hindi masyadong maganda or medyo hindi mataba or masyadong payat actually are targets for bullies. Because bullies are actually people that if they don't have anything against you, they would use this parang if they would use this mababaw na reason just to bully you. And I think people who bully are people who have low self-esteem and they make others feel bad so that they will feel superior to them.
Jealousy. Someone jealous. It's always someone who's jealous of another person.
Siguro sila yung mga taong lacking of attention from their family. Kasi since they lack attention from their family, minsan yung love din naglalak, kinukuha nila yun sa mga tao. And minsan minsan bad yung ways nila para makuha yung attention.
Family problem, nagsa-start syempre lahat sa bahay. Siguro sa bahay lagi silang pinapagalitan or sinasaktan ganun. So they're doing it to other people na nakakasalumuhan nila.
They want to seek the time and the attention of a certain person just because they don't really get often to be noticed by people.
Para sa akin, walang characteristics ang taong nambubuli. Kahit sino pwede mambuli.
To feel satisfaction about themselves. To feel better of themselves. To feel dominant. Yeah. Over another person.
They would feel better about themselves knowing that they are already down with their personality or trait. They would let the other person down.
Kasama yon yung satisfaction, and second is yung siguro sa pagpapakita nila sa ibang tao na yun, malakas sila. Ganun.
Common reasons of bullying is our differences with other people. Sometimes when we are too different and sila yung mga group of people who share the same characteristics. Minsan they think of us as weird, and yun, nagiging reason yun as for us to be bullied. Tapos isa pa, yung difference na tinutukoy ko, whether it would be physically or intellectually. Minsan nabubuli tayo dahil sa ating looks, appearances, and sa intellectual naman, kung paano tayo mag-isip, minsan iba sa opinion ng iba, kaya nabubuli tayo tungkol doon. And one of factor din is yung attitude natin. Minsan yung attitude natin nakaka-apekto sa kung paano tayo i-treat ng iba. Minsan kasi tayo mismo hindi natin alam na nakaka-offend pala tayo. Kaya in return, para makaganti sila sa'yo, they will bully you. So yun.
Based from what my experiences as a guidance counselor, usually it is, if it's a group, there's a leader initiating. And then of course, if the group will see that this person has the guts to really bully and disrespects other people, and then they are peer pressured into doing the same. There are different, sometimes, a person can just be cruel without any reason, no? But then, there are a lot of attributes of like, kung sinasabi lang parang anatomy of a bully, marami yan. First is the person, maybe actually a bullied person, actually, in a real sense, no? So parang dati nabully siya either at home or kung saan man. And then, yun nga, nabully siya, and then he has low self-esteem because yun nga, he needs to make others feel bad so that he'll feel superior. Merong tatlo nga, looks, body shape, and then race. And it follows also because of gender. No, like if a person is a lesbian or let's say a homosexual, no, those are easily targeted as well. Because being bullies, they don't bully you for things that they don't see, but they bully you for things that is very obvious. Like if I'm overweight or I'm dark, no? So they bully you for those reasons. But things that they do not see, like for example, let's say I come from a broken family, they don't use that as a weapon. But then what they use is really upon the obvious, yung nakikita.
By means of bumababa yung self-esteem nila, yung confidence nila na mag-perform ng maganda, mas lalo naapektuhan dahil iniisip nila kung ano yung sasabihin ng ibang tao.
Emotionally and mentally, malaki yung epekto nito dun sa taong nabubuli. Kasi una sa lahat, nadadown na siya. Tapos parang nagkakaroon pa ng pressure dun sa nabibiktima kasi nga, yun, nabubuli na siya. Kung ano-ano na pinagsasabi tungkol sa kanya.
Umaapekto siya syempre sa mentally, yung fear, yung trauma na nararamdaman nila kapag ginagawa sa kanila.
Well, bullying can lower down the self-esteem of a person, especially if they already know to themselves that they are confident, but then suddenly when someone bullies them, they tend to be picked down, or their characteristics or for who they are, the person lets them down, and then the confidence within themselves suddenly goes down.
It depends upon the self-esteem of the victim, no? May mga tao talaga na they would bully somebody, and yet if the person can cope up or has, very confident on herself or of himself or herself, talaga iba-brush off lang niya yon. But then there are some, yung mga talagang low self-esteem siya, na talagang will be negatively affected. Because there is such a thing that you call the, yung talkbacks. Like if a person says to you, you're ugly. If a person says that to you, like you're ugly, one time, that keeps on repeating on your head for 10 times more. No? So ikaw, if you are like a person with low self-esteem, talagang you'll be greatly affected by that. No? But then, the danger here is, if the person has low self-esteem, minsan, the person will get to believe what the bullies are saying. Yun yung mahirap. Actually, there are, there's the Bullying Act, there's the Anti-Bullying Act, wherein, actually, it is like mandatory now for the schools to have an anti-bullying program, no? And also, there's also the law on cyberbullying. So now, if you are bullying somebody on the internet, you can be liable, no? Especially if it damages the person, no? So, yun, meron mga laws naman to protect students and, people from anti-bullying. But I guess the best law, if there is a program really in the school or in the workplace that would really protect people from bullying, no? For example, or if there is somebody in a group, sabi nila, if there is somebody who will intervene in your behalf or in the victim's behalf, it will cut the bullying incident into around mga 20%.
Siguro yung isa sa rights nila is that they have the right to stand for themselves and may pagtanggol yung sarili nila from those who are offending them.
To be able to live normally and freely without having to change themselves just for another person.
Yung right na ipaglaban yung sarili niya.
I guess, I really don't know, there are no established formula or there's no constitution saying right to ng mga nabubuli. But then, a victim really has the right to live her life, to go to school without being harassed, no? To do what you want without being judged and without being harassed for it. I think that's the most important, sabi mo nga, that's the most important right that they have, no? To be themselves and then not get harassed for it.
Try to talk to the bully, try to stop them and ask them what's their problem. And then tell the victim, you shouldn't take those things. You should defend yourself.
Kakausapin ko siya ng maayos, syempre ng tahimik. Papaalam ko sa kanya kung ano ba dapat yung ginagawa ko pag nabubuli.
what you should do is that you should defend them and ipakita mo sa ibang tao na you are very open to differences and accept them for who they are, because if you want to be respected, you should respect others as well. Respect begets respect.
I think there should be an established program within the school. Like should be an organization really for the anti-bullying. Like we'll have an anti-bullying campaign. Everyone should be made aware on what bullying and bullying behavior is, and then also they should somebody should be like willing to support it. The school should be willing to support it, and also I think as individuals, no, we should be willing to stand up if we see people being bullied, no. You have to intervene, no. Kailangan talaga mangialam tayo. We have to intervene if we see somebody being bullied.
Posting up bulletin boards will somehow do, especially if it is really pleasing to the eyes, because if it is pleasing to the eyes, then the student may be able to capture their attention and then they can read about it. They can be aware.
By means of being friendly, being open to differences, breaking stereotypes, and siguro respeto lang talaga yung magbibigay sa atin ng kaisahan, yung pagkakaisa, and it will really reduce the chances of bullying if we respect each other.
I think with the Anti-Bullying Act, yes. Actually, there are a lot of ways, no? First is you can actually like, easy ways, like have posters about it, and then conduct seminars, conduct lectures, and probably invite somebody from the law enforcement on what the sanction or the legal implication of bullying is all about. So maraming ways, no?
Siguro sa mga binubully, know your worth. And ipaglaban mo kung ano yung karapatan mo. Siyempre, maraming tao yung nakabully. Minsan na rin ako nabully and inisip ko kung deserve ko ba yun or hindi. And I find na hindi ko deserve yun. So, yun. Binigyan ko sila ng dahilan para irespeto ako. Tapos para sa mga nangbubully, siyempre, they should know how to handle other people, communicate their feelings, ganun. And yun, dapat matuto silang makiramay.
Bullying happens anytime.
To anyone.
And anywhere.
Think before you send a message.
Think before you spread rumors.
Think before you act.
To end this problem,
Spread the kindness to everyone.
everywhere, all the time.